Hello, you're with Libby from libbystamps.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. And today we're going to make this little box. Now, this one's a little bit different to the one we're actually going to make. I've teamed that up with the Sure Do Love You bundle, and these are all products you can purchase from the Occasions catalogue, and you can purchase them through my online store. So I've used the Sure Do Love You bundle to stamp the heart and the banner, and I've die cut the leaves out of vellum. So I'll bring this in a little bit closer so you can see, and I will have close-up shots on my blog. So I've die cut 5 leaves out of the Framelit dies and added those with a metallic doily and a metallic heart, enamel shaped heart, some Whisper White organza ribbon, and this is the Berry Burst metallic edged ribbon. And I've just simply put dimensionals under that. I've attached the ribbon with glue dots and then glued the heart on top. So I've built it all up on the metallic doily, and then I've just added dimensionals underneath, and the ribbon I've just added on the box. So the box can open either end. Beautiful paper, good weight for making boxes, and the box you make out of the Framelit die. Alright, so we're going to make one similar to this today, and we're using the Sweet Soiree Sweet, the DSP. So what we're doing today is I've die cut 2 of the boxes already, and we're just going to burnish those and put them together. So you cut 2 the same. Now if you've got directional paper, make sure you cut them so one goes one way and one goes the other way, so that you have your box going in the right direction. So if this was directional paper, I'd cut one going this way, so one going that way on the card and one going that way on the card. That's what I mean. Alright, so yes, so this is from the Sweet Soiree Suite, and beautiful paper. That's Specialty Designer Series paper, and great to work with. I'm having the green on the outside, it's Old Olive, and I've coloured the leaves of the flowers from the Petal Palette Suite in Old Olive too. So alright, so there's our 2 boxes. Now we just need to add some adhesive to one, and I like to add it going along the crease. So that's why I have the side turned over and I go along the crease as close as I can, and then when I get to the top I just tear that off, and then I'll do the same on the other side, so going along the crease right to the end. And doing it this way just means you've got your box adhered well on the sides and there's no gap between where you put the adhesive and the side of your box. So we're just going to take the backing off our tear and tape, and then we'll put our box together. Now when you're doing the box, one rounded end goes up one way and the other one goes down the other way. So the other one will go this way. And so what I'll do here is I match up that crease with the end of my box, and I pop that down, and easy as that. And I just run my bone folder over that just to make sure I've got good grip on that side. And then on this side I do the same but opposite. So I'm starting down the bottom, matching up the end of my box with that crease, and then going up the side just like that. There we go. And then I'm just going to push that over a bit like that and just go along there to make sure it's all well adhered. And then I have my box. Now I'm going to tie some ribbon onto this just a little bit differently to the other box I just showed you. where I just tied it around the top. So this would make a lovely treat box for any occasion really. And I'm going to get my berry burst ribbon and I'm going to go around my box. Probably way too much. Right, and I'm doing it off the roll so that I know I'm not using too much ribbon. So I'll bring it in and just around the box like this, and we're just going to tie a bow at the top, towards the top. And I'm just going to put my finger there and make a loop, come around the back, go through where I made the loop. Alright, tie that off. Didn't do that very well, did I? Never mind. Alright, so there's our ribbon. Cut that off, trim up those ends. Now don't throw away your ends because these little bits can come in handy for all sorts of things on a card. You can use them as a bit of an embellishment. You can do whatever you like with them, and they do come in handy. I just wrote on a forum how you can add them to some tear and tape so they're all going in the one direction, hanging down. Alright, so with your piece, say that's the tear and tape, so you're going to come along and just add all your little bits of ribbon to your tear and tape. Then you can trim them off later, add a bit of card over the top, and you've got a nice little banner of ribbons as an embellishment on a project. Alright, so we've got our box made. Now this one's going to be a little bit different because I'm using the Petal Palette suite, and I've stamped all of these images here in basic grey archival ink. That's so I can come in and do some watercolouring, and I've used thick whisper white for that one, and then I've die cut it out, and I've used old olive. So here are the die cuts. I've also die cut two of these leaves, lots of leaves in vellum. It's quite easy to cut them out in vellum, and they look lovely, don't they, on the box somehow. Anyway, we'll get to organising that in a minute. So with the Stampin' Blends, I just came in with the old olive and the colour lifter. So I've used the combo, and so I'll show you what I did. Now, Stampin' Blends aren't rocket science, can I tell you? If I can use them, anybody can. So I'm coming in with the light old olive first, and I'm going to say that the sun's hitting here. So, wrong end. I like to use the bullet tip end. I just feel I've got a little bit more control. And I'm just going to come in and I'm just touching the paper, the card. And it is thick whisper white, and it's meant for Stampin' Blends, but I'm just touching, and I can go around and do all of those, and I'm not doing them particularly well just because I'm in a bit of a hurry. And yeah, they're easy to use and they blend beautifully. Alright, so that's all the light green at the moment, and then I'm going to come in with the darker green. Now this leaf here, this bit's turned over a bit, so these bits under here are going to be darker. So I'm just going to go along there like that. Alright, and then these bits will be a little bit darker because the sun won't get to them. This one will be because the sun won't get to so much of it. And these leaves cause a bit of a shadow. These leaves, I'm still going to just leave the tips like a light colour, hoping the sun can get to those. So it's all about the light and dark is about where you think the sun is going to hit and where you think it's not. Now, some of my customers and even myself, I have trouble with that. I wasn't any good at art at school. Actually, I didn't like art at school. And so I never learnt, you know, the shades and all that sort of stuff. But if you punch yourself out a circle using a post-it note and then put that on your table where you think the sun is, and then imagine where the sun's going to hit. Alright, I've got the fan on today, so I think it's drying this out a little bit too quickly, but anyway. I'll come back in. And the benefit of doing it on thick whisper white too, and make sure you've got something underneath, is that you can come back and colour over them again and blend it in. And it's so easy with these. You don't need, you know, a whole lot of different colours to be able to blend or get the colour you want. This is Old Olive, so you know it's going to be Old Olive. You know, they coordinate with all the Stampin' Up range and they're easy to use, as you can see. And I'm just going to come in again and blend that in. So I'm just going over again where the light and the dark meet, and it doesn't matter how many times you go over it. Just be aware that you don't, you know, damage the paper, the card. But the thick whisper white's very forgiving for this type of thing. And yes, we are supposed to use Memento for this, but I'm going to do some watercolouring, so I didn't want to do that. And then I'm just going to come in with the colour lifter, and I'm going to take some of the colour out of this and just make that a little bit lighter, so it's easier to see that there's a turn over there and a bit off the tips where I think the sun's going to shine. And the sun is shining here today in Bonnells Bay, so it's lovely. Alright, so just on the tips I'm just doing colour lifter, because really the sun's not going to get down to make much of a difference to these leaves. Alright, we'll call that done. Alright, so that's the two Old Olive, so you can buy them as a duo, the Stampin' Up blends in the Old Olive duo, and the colour lifter that we've used. Alright, now with my watercolouring, I'm just going to use some Berry Burst, squeeze it, and come in with my blender pen. And what I do is I know that makes a terrible noise, doesn't it? Squiggle around and pick up the colour, and the dark's going to be in the middle. And then I just colour it in, really. Doesn't have to be exact. Try not to go over it too much, over the one spot, because this paper's not meant for watercolouring. I thought later you could do this on shimmery white. It would have the same effect, but you'd have a little bit more control probably over the colour. So give that a try. But really it's just, you could also do them with sponge daubers. You could try and colour them in with a sponge dauber. I sort of quite like this effect. You can get lights and darks on your flowers. So I'll just come along here and make that a little bit darker. And really, if you're just using like a circular motion, you'll get some nice lights and darks on your colours, and you won't get too many splotchy bits. Yeah, so I find if you're having trouble working out what your lights, where your lights and darks are going to be, yeah, just punch out a circle out of a post-it note and put the post-it note where the sun is going to shine, you think. Don't move the object that you're colouring, because that defeats the purpose of the post-it note, and that'll sort of give you an idea of where you'll have your lights and darks. So that's all I'm going to do to this flower, or to these flowers. Okay, I am going to get a doily. Got a doily for the front of our box. Alright, so it's going to go on there, and what I'm going to do is just put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the ribbon. So I can see that the doily, so if you put the doily underneath like that, you'll be able to see where to put your Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm going to put one here, and then one in the middle. Take the backing off those, and then you can adhere your doily. And it's not interfering with your box, and the ribbon can still come off your box, and the embellishment all stays with the ribbon, not on your box. So you can reuse your box if you want to. Alright, so I'm just going to pop that there. Alright, now with my Whisper White Organza ribbon, what I did was I came in with my glue dots, and I put, same as the dimensionals, I put a glue dot here in the middle, down and not to me, another one up the top in the middle, and then another one in the centre. And then all you do is like a zigzag motion with your ribbon. So it's going to start off to my left and hang over a bit, so like that. And I want it to zigzag over like this and end up off there like that. So we'll go there. So that's got the middle and there. Alright, so I might just need to trim this end. There we go. So that's our ribbon attached. Then I've die cut 2 lots of leaves from the bundle, petal palette bundle, and I'm going to put 1 lot there, and the other one can go there like that. So if you do them from the centre, you're not going to be able to see where they are adhered. So I've sort of placed them, and I'm going to put a glue dot down here and push down, and then the same for the other one, and push down. Right, so then I've got my leaves adhered. So all I need to do now is adhere my petal palette bits and pieces. So I think I'll have that one going there like that. So again, in with some glue dots and just a couple here in the centre. Alright, now I want to build this up. So after this one, I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensional. So I've got 1 down. Alright, and all this is adhered to the doily, don't forget. Alright, now I want to build this up so that I'm going to have different bits coming off. So I need my snips, and I'm just going to fussy cut round that flower there. Alright, so I've taken that one off on my bits. Alright, so that's that bit. Alright, then on another bit I need, that goes like that. I'm going to cut this bit. It's a bit like Peter Rabbit, you know, when he loses his bits when you're playing that game with kids. We're going to take a little bit off each time, and then we might take this one off, and you're just going to cut around those flowers and build it up so it's becoming like a 3D picture. So the last one I'm cutting off, oh no, the second to last, so around here, just very quickly, and then we're going to take this one off and this little one off, and then the last one we take all the leaves off, and then we're just going to build that up with some Stampin' Dimensionals and attach to the one we've already got on the front of the box.
If you want to play, make it about a place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside your mind. You'll find inspiration. All I'm saying is you can do it. I want to hear you say, I am independent. I am dedicated. Doing it my way, doing it my way. Yes, I am. I am in control. I am. Watch me go. Doing it my way, doing it my way. Can you hear me say, yes, I am. Lead, inspire destiny. Require every dream to believe. Take the chance, lead the dance, and run with what is in your heart.
Alright, I'm up to the last bit, and I decided to change it a little bit, and I've just moved those petals around. This one's going to go there. Alright, so I've actually given myself some layers of flowers and leaves, and I've finished my box with a bit of watercolouring, some Stampin' Blends and some die cutting. So there are our 2 boxes from today. So I hope you enjoyed those. If you liked those while you were watching the video, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and don't forget you can buy all these things in my online store. Go to libbystamps.com and click on the shop button, and I hope you'll shop with me. Alright, thanks so much for stopping by today. Bye for now.
What's the plan? Come on, let's do this and do it now. I want to hear you shout.